Imagine if you were eagerly preparing for the arrival of your first grandchild. You're making plans for the future filled with joy and anticipation, but one day your world is shattered when your pregnant daughter suddenly vanishes without a trace. The search intensifies, and what you discover is more horrifying than anything you could have imagined. This is the heartbreaking story of Laci Peterson, a case that gripped the nation and left everyone asking, what really happened to Laci? The year was 2002. In Modesto, California, Laci and Scott Peterson were about to become parents. Laci, 8 months pregnant, was radiant and full of life. The nursery was ready, adorned with loving care. Friends and family showered the couple with love at their baby shower. Little did they know, a dark cloud of tragedy was about to eclipse their happiness. Laci Peterson, with a contagious laugh and a heart full of kindness, was the picture of maternal bliss. Her husband, Scott, was a fertilizer salesman, often described as charming and charismatic. On the surface, they seemed like the perfect couple. The Christmas holidays were approaching, a time for family and celebration. Laci and Scott were putting the finishing touches on their preparations for Connor's arrival. The Christmas tree twinkled in their living room, a symbol of hope. But the festive cheer would soon be replaced by an unimaginable nightmare. Laci Peterson, born Laci Denise Rocha, was a California girl through and through. She embodied the spirit of the Golden State with her sunny disposition and love for the outdoors. She grew up in the San Joaquin Valley, surrounded by her close-knit family. The Rocha family was known for their warmth and hospitality, often hosting gatherings that brought everyone together. From a young age, Laci possessed a vibrant spirit and a contagious zest for life. She was the kind of child who could turn a mundane day into an adventure, always finding joy in the little things. She had a smile that could light up a room and a heart that embraced everyone she met. Her friends and family often remarked on her ability to make people feel special and loved. After graduating from Grace M. Davis High School in Modesto, Laci attended California Polytechnic State University in San Luis Obispo. It was a new chapter in her life, filled with opportunities and new experiences. She pursued her passion for ornamental horticulture, a field that combined her love for nature and her creative spirit. Laci was dedicated to her studies and excelled in her coursework. It was during this time that Laci met Scott Peterson at a local cafe. Their meeting seemed like fate, as they quickly discovered they had much in common. Scott, a business student, was immediately drawn to Laci's warmth and radiant personality. He admired her passion for life and her genuine kindness. They began dating and quickly fell in love. Their relationship blossomed and they became inseparable, sharing dreams and planning a future together. After graduation, Laci and Scott returned to Modesto, where they built a life together. They found a charming house that they made their own, filling it with love and memories. Laci's love for horticulture led her to a part-time job at a local nursery. She enjoyed working with plants and found fulfillment in nurturing them to life. Scott pursued a career in sales, and together they purchased a cosy bungalow. It was a significant milestone for the young couple, symbolizing their commitment and shared dreams. Their home became a testament to their love and commitment. They decorated it with care, creating a warm and inviting space that reflected their personalities. They were active members of their community, attending church services and spending time with loved ones. Their involvement in the community brought them closer to their neighbours and friends. Life was good for the young couple, and their happiness seemed complete when they discovered they were expecting their first child. The news brought immense joy and anticipation for the future. The future seemed brimming with promise. They looked forward to the new adventures and challenges that parenthood would bring, ready to embrace the next chapter of their lives together. Christmas Eve 2002 dawned bright and cheerful in Modesto, California. Families gathered, sharing laughter and holiday cheer. But for the Peterson family, the festive spirit would soon be replaced by an unimaginable nightmare. Laci Peterson, 8 months pregnant, vanished without a trace. Her disappearance sent shockwaves through the community and beyond. Laci had planned a day of last-minute Christmas preparations. She spoke to her mother on the phone, their conversation filled with excitement. Later that morning, a neighbour saw Laci walking their golden retriever, Mackenzie. This seemingly ordinary moment would become one of the last known sightings of the expectant mother. Scott Peterson, who had been out fishing at the Berkeley Marina, returned home to an empty house. Laci wasn't there, and neither was their dog Mackenzie. Scott didn't act immediately. He placed his clothes in the wash, ate a piece of pizza, and drank a glass of milk. He then called around Laci's friends and family. The search for Laci Peterson had begun. Whispers and suspicions, the community reacts. As the days turned into weeks, the disappearance of Laci Peterson gripped the nation, capturing the attention of millions. The story of a pregnant woman vanishing just days before Christmas resonated deeply with the public, evoking a mix of fear, empathy, and outrage. The case dominated news headlines, and the Petersons' home became a focal point for media attention, with reporters camped outside day and night. Every detail, every inconsistency was meticulously scrutinised by both the authorities and the public. The idyllic image of Modesto, California as a safe haven was shattered, leaving residents in a state of shock and unease. The community grappled with a sense of disbelief, struggling to comprehend how such a tragedy could occur in their midst. Candlelight vigils were held, the flickering flames a poignant symbol of hope and solidarity as people came together to support Laci's family. The community refused to let Laci's memory fade, creating makeshift memorials and continuously sharing her story. However, as the investigation continued, whispers of doubt began to circulate, casting shadows over the initial outpouring of support. Scott Peterson's behaviour, particularly his stoic demeanour, struck many as odd and unsettling, raising eyebrows and questions. The public latched onto these inconsistencies, their suspicions fuelled by the relentless media coverage that dissected every aspect of the case. Adding fuel to the fire, details of Scott's extramarital affair with Amber Frey surfaced in the media, further complicating the narrative. The revelation of Scott's infidelity sent shockwaves through the community and the nation, intensifying the scrutiny and speculation surrounding him. Unravelling the truth, Scott Peterson's deception. The discovery of Scott Peterson's extramarital affair marked a significant turning point in the investigation. It was a revelation that not only shocked the public, but also provided a crucial lead for the detectives working tirelessly on the case. Amber Frey's testimony, coupled with mounting evidence of Scott's suspicious behaviour, painted a damning picture. Her detailed account of their relationship and Scott's deceitful nature added a new layer of complexity to the case. Investigators uncovered numerous inconsistencies in Scott's alibi for the day of Laci's disappearance. His timeline was riddled with gaps and contradictions that he couldn't convincingly explain. His claim of spending the day fishing at the Berkeley Marina was called into question. Witnesses and surveillance footage failed to corroborate his story, casting further doubt on his version of events. Furthermore, his cell phone records revealed a series of suspicious calls and movements. These records indicated that Scott was not where he claimed to be, and his activities on that day were far from innocent. The net was closing in, and with each passing day, the evidence against Scott Peterson grew stronger. Detectives meticulously pieced together the puzzle, each new discovery tightening the noose around Scott. The discovery of a strand of Laci's hair on a pair of pliers found in Scott's boat further incriminated him. This piece of evidence was a significant breakthrough, linking Scott directly to the crime scene. Forensic experts confirmed its origin, linking it directly to the missing woman. This scientific validation added an irrefutable layer of proof to the growing body of evidence. The prosecution built a compelling case, arguing that Scott had murdered Laci and disposed of her body in the San Francisco Bay. They presented a detailed narrative of premeditation and cold-blooded execution. As the weight of the evidence mounted, public outrage reached a fever pitch. The community, and indeed the entire nation, was gripped by the unfolding drama. The story of Laci Peterson had touched a nerve with the nation. The trial of Scott Peterson, which commenced in 2004, became one of the most highly publicised and emotionally charged trials in American history. The media frenzy was unprecedented, with every detail of the case being scrutinised and broadcasted. The nation watched, captivated and horrified, as the prosecution meticulously laid out their case. The trial was a spectacle, drawing in viewers from all walks of life, all eager to see justice served. The tragic discovery of Laci Peterson and her unborn son, Connor, marked a heartbreaking conclusion to a case that gripped the nation. The verdict brought some closure, but the wounds left by their untimely deaths would take much longer to heal. The streets of Modesto, once filled with the hope and joy of a growing family, now bore the weight of sorrow and disbelief. Neighbours spoke in hushed tones, their eyes reflecting the shared grief of a community torn apart. The Peterson home stood as a silent testament to dreams shattered and lives irrevocably changed. Her radiant smile, once a beacon of light, now a haunting reminder of what was lost. Friends and family clung to each other, finding solace in shared memories and the collective strength to move forward. Laci and Connor's memory lives on, a reminder of the fragility of life and the enduring strength of those who seek justice. As we reflect on this heartbreaking case, we're reminded of the importance of love, resilience, and the relentless pursuit of truth. Their story is a somber testament to the impact one life can have on so many others, and the unyielding determination of a community to see justice served. Let us carry forward the lessons learned from this tragedy, honouring Laci and Connor's memory by cherishing our loved ones and standing steadfast in the face of adversity. For in the end, it is love and truth that light our way, even in the darkest of times. If you found this case as compelling as we did, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Join us next time as we delve into another mysterious case. Let us know in the comments what you think motivated Scott Peterson to commit such a crime, and if you have any suggestions for cases you'd like us to cover.